All right, go.
I'm rocking with Don Kilam.
Let's go. Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love, everybody.
Peace and love. How are you?
Anytime, so I'm doing great.
It was good to hear from you. Peace and love.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you're special.
Thank you. I've been working hard
I know, I can tell that.
all year, no breaks.
No break. You are a monster. I'm so proud of you.
I'm trying to set my ass still.
Now look, you are something else. You are energy bomb. And you
No
don't
doubt.
know. I'm so honored to be in your circle.
I appreciate that. Everybody got the if you got the book, then I'll put this book in the school. Let me see. I think I gave it to everybody. I just didn't get the I'm pretty sure I gave this book. Let me see. Let me look at all the yeah, there it is. Let me pull that one up. So this is the link in the school. The book that I'm going over, I
Yeah,
obviously deserve this on webinar. It's called Masters in Bonds. You can buy the paperback. You can buy the paperback on Amazon. Oh shit. I mean I don't know if that link will pop up or not. But here it is.
let's put the phone on silent.
There's the book. I'm gonna pull up the bonds though. There should be templates in the if y'all go to the classroom. Let me see. Yeah, there's templates.
Yeah, we got it, I believe.
Yeah. I'm just making sure. Finish templates.
Right.
Check these out. All right, we're gonna go through all this today.
Wow.
The court documents ain't hard though. If you've been rocking with me, all I did was just revamp the stuff I already had. Just you gotta make it more modern. I'm going through it real quick. Let me just skim through it real quick. I want to make sure the bonds in here. We're gonna go over the bonds. We going straight to the bonds first.
Right to the bonds.
We go straight to the bonds.
Yeah, don't waste my time.
Everything else just color law, handling that.
Crazy.
Some people don't even know what's going on. It took me a minute. All right, so here's one form that's different. This came from my trustee, equity. You have to give honors what honors is due. You gotta let them know where you get this information from because I don't like it when they don't be shout me out. Y'all know where y'all got my shit. We learned that from Don Kilam. Yeah, there you go. But a stock power form. So you have you hold the title over the debt, or if it's a court case. In these examples, I'm not licensed attorney, tax expert. This is for educational, informational purpose only. In these examples, it's for a court case. All right. So this is stock power form. I know some of y'all might be new to this. I've never heard this in the redemption movement. Only in private trustee training. We're private trustees. So a stock power form. And we can just, by all means, we need to know what we're dealing with. I like Investopedia. So that's where I'm going. And then I can give y'all, since there's not a lot of people in here, I can give y'all some game too, okay? How many people we got? We got them to 10 people in here. So look, when you're dealing with trustee law,
Yeah.
there's something called Google Scholar, okay? And this is how we get all our case laws. You know what I mean? This is one that I use for my trust. One case law right here, Elliott versus Freeman, which shows, you can look up all case law right here. That you and your trust, or there's an essential difference between a stock company as exists in common law and a joint stock company having extensive statutory powers. So this was going over a spendthrift trust, and the two cases under consideration embrace trusts which do not derive any benefit, that are not organized under statutory laws, are free from legislation. Simple as that. Taxes, all of that,
Wow.
because they fall under common law. So, but I just want y'all to see that, throw it out there. I learned that from Child Support is Fraud. Just learning case law. Let me turn that down. Learning case law. But stock power form, back to where we was at before we lose track. A stock power is a legal power of attorney form that transfers the ownership of certain shares of a stock to a new owner. A stock power transfer form usually is only required when an owner opts to take physical possession of security certificates rather than holding securities with a broker. A stock power form includes the previous owner's name and description of the shares to be transferred into stock certificates. Does this make sense? So when you're dealing with these bonds, these securities in the private, you're going to want to have a stock power form, which is a power of attorney over securities, so you don't have to utilize a broker.
Wow.
Did I sum that up? Does that make sense? Did I give it in simplest terms?
Wow. But how you get it?
You make it.
You make it?
Yes.
Wow.
And I gave you a whole template.
Oh my God.
That's what it is.
Fucking crazy.
So you see what this is? What's it say that the stock certificate number is?
Okay.
It'd be your court case number if you're in court. If you're dealing with debt, I don't use GSA bonds for debt though, but people do. Then it would be, your account number. Well, a lot of people don't understand everything that's boiling down off the birth certificate. It gets created into a convertible bond, convertible note, or constructive trust.
So you don't need a QSIP or something, just the case number?
You can get the QSIP. You're going to need the QSIPs later on. With this, you're going after the bonds. Bonds get bundled together, then they become securities. The QSIP number is attached to the securities. Make sense?
Yeah.
All right. I'm glad I can answer that. Let me find these bonds, though. All right, here goes one. Here goes the first one. This is going to be, it's called a Form 990, and this is the release of the lien. So this is releasing the lien. Not a Form 990. Scratch that. I said the wrong thing. So scratch that from the record. Form 990 is the get taxes on the nonprofit. This is a standard Form 90, optional Form 90. Release of lien on real property.
Wow.
So with this, you could put your actual birth certificate number as well. But
to remove it, like from a car or any property, you can remove the lien with that?
We'll be back after a quick break.
Peace and love. It's your boy Don Kilam, and welcome to Dream Keepers Radio, that private life podcast. You're here, tuned in with your boy, and this is brought to you by Follow the Yellow Brick Road by Don Kilam. Search the book on Amazon now. Go get the book and uncover the matrix and how the United States is operating in the financial marketplace. Much peace and love. Yes. But I use it strictly for court cases. That's what I'm sufficient in. So I'm not going to speak on anything else. You have to go. You have to go find somebody that actually does this for death.
All right.
But you see this. But instead of just putting the case number here, you can put the birth certificate number here as well if you have that. But everything boils down from the government contract number is the case number. That's how you're contracting with the government. You're going to want to make your name an LLC as well. You want your name to be a business. I want to throw that out here. And then how I move of this is it's always a nonprofit organization, a church, or something that's representing my name. That's a business. It could even be a record label because every courthouse is a record label. This says name of land records. So they're keeping records. So everything's a record label, if that makes sense for the congregation.
And it's private. It's not statutory, right?
Right. And this is the release of personal property from escrow. Now, all these are included as well with this, the standard form 24, standard form 25, 25A, and then there's more. All right, so here we go. So this is standard form 28. Individual of surety. You see your state name goes right here, your county name, your first, middle, last name. I don't do all that they be putting semicolons and all that. I don't want to confuse the people when doing this. You see the name and the address of the individual surety right here is going to be the depository trust company, because that's where everything goes. And we're going to touch back on that under the letter of rogatory, which describes everything that's going on with the bonds and securities and how they're going to the DTC and the DTCC and how the government's breaking them down. It's in the letter of rogatory. These is bonds. You bond the case. A lot of people don't understand how cases are bonded. You're bonding it yourself. You're creating the insurance yourself. This is a bid bond. Your first, middle, last name, care of your court. I use the digital address, a virtual address is ipostal1.com. Everybody is new to this, just ipostal1.com. Go there, get you a digital address. They got locations everywhere, all across the world.
Yeah, I got two with a twin.
Hold on, where was I? Okay. So the bid bond, you just go down at the bottom, you'll see this standard form 24. And again, the sureties at the DTC. And make sure you do this as well. And I'm gonna pull it up. You're a fugitive owner. Like they got you down as a fugitive, all right? Right here, the invitation number is always the case number. And then the bid date is the date that you got arrested and they started the paperwork or gave you the ticket, whatever it may be. Individual, same one with the year right here. So here's the letter of rogatory as well. Let me show you this. Let's get deep into this. I'm going to show you why this works. And when you're coming at this, you have to come as a foreigner to the jurisdiction. I need you to know it's a corporate system, so you're foreign to it.
Of course.
And this is just a letter from a formal request from a foreign court. That's all a letter of rogatory is. Letters of rogatory, letters of request, or formal request from a court to a foreign court for some type of judicial assistance. They even got it under federal law. Letters of rogatory defined. In broader sense of international practice, the terms letters rogatory denotes a formal request from a court in which an action is pending to a foreign court to perform some judicial act. Examples are requests for the taking of evidence, and that's what we're doing, the serving of a summons, subpoena, or other legal notice, or the execution of a civil judgment. In the United States, uses letters rogatory have been commonly utilized only for the purpose of obtaining evidence. Requests rest entirely upon the committee of courts toward each other and customarily embody a promise of the, the legal sufficiency of documents executed in foreign countries for use in judicial proceedings in the United States. It's just, put some evidence on. And so we're saying we've learned that what occurs behind the scenes.
Wow.
The steps taken to securitize these civil claims because they're not. This isn't a court of law. Now we're informing, they're securitizing the claims without full disclosure to the people. We're informing the courts that we're opting out of the contract and do not allow any documents regarding yourself or the Sister K Via Trust to be securitized and sold to investors, which is your birth certificate. As you may be fully aware, the fraudulent process is as follows. All cases are civil, though often fraudulently labeled as criminal. The courts operate under trust law, assuming the defendant and respondent is a descendant, civil leader mortuus, which means, let's look this up for those who don't know.
Minor, incompetent.
You're dead. You're dead in the
Dead.
eyes of the law. You have no rights.
You're dead.
A person who has been deprived of their civil rights. You're no longer considered a legal person and cannot participate in society as a normal citizen would.
Oh my God.
This is what's going on.
Wow.
After finding the alleged defendant guilty, the court clerks sell the judgments to the federal courts. As the defendant and or respondent is presumed to be a ward of the court, incompetent and of unsound mind, and the court officials consider themselves beneficiaries.
Oh my God.
So when you're coming from, I want to break down what's going on.
What a fraud.
So when you're operating from this with your birth certificate already in commerce, you're considered a beneficiary of this insurance policy that was created by your birth certificate and Social Security number. Social Security Trust is a Sister K Via Trust, and you're the beneficiary of the trust, so you can only be a beneficiary use. Now, when you go into court, they switch roles with you, make you the trustee and send you to jail. Only the trustees can sign these bonds, so they switch you. They don't sign them. They have you agree and sign the paperwork. So
Wow.
the court officials consider themselves beneficiaries as the powers that be. The international bankers have concocted a reverse trust scheme on we the people who are supposed to be the beneficiaries because we are the actual creditors. When a judge asks if a person understands he or she is asking if the person is liable for the bond. I am not responsible for the bond of this or these cases, but I will appoint the judge as trustee and fiduciary and be the beneficiary of all proceeds. The judgments are stamped with paid to the order of on the back and taken to the federal discount window. The judgment now becomes a note. The notes are then pulled together and become securities, which may later be pulled and sold as bonds. Said bonds are liens against me, a defendant in error. I need you to understand what a bond is. Bonds are evidence of a debt. When there's a bond present, that means there's a debt present. A bond is a fixed income investment issued by governments or corporations to raise funding. A bond is a fixed income instrument product where individuals lend money to a government or company at a specified interest rate for a predetermined period. So when there's a bond present, I'm showing you right now. It says when there's a bond, that means an individual just gave the government money.
Wow.
The entity repays individuals with interest in addition to original face value of the bond. So now you're owed money when a bond is issued to any government official. Bonds are used by companies, municipalities, these are governments, states, sovereign governments, to
Private
finance
jails.
projects and operations. Owners of bonds are debt holders or creditors of the issuer. So when they say you're out on bond, anytime you go to court, you're getting bonded anyways. So you were just issued. Now you're a holder of a debt. You're a creditor for the court. Bond details includes the end date, the principal, the loan is so this evidence of a debt is what I told you. When the principal or loan is due to be paid to the bond owner, and usually include returns for variable or fixed interest payments made by the borrower. Is this making sense for everybody?
Yeah.
So look, I want you to see this. Governments and corporations commonly use bonds to borrow money to fund roads, schools, and dams. So I'm telling you, your taxes never paid for a road, a school, or a dam. The government had to borrow money. That's why they're under bankruptcy. And the money comes from you. So let me just show you something called a muni bond. A municipal bond. This is what funds your cities. Municipal bonds are debt instruments that local, county, and state governments issue to raise funds for public projects, including constructions of highways, bridges, or schools. Bondholders become creditors. So when you're out on bond, you have a bond, you just became a creditor. And you don't even know it. You think it's a bad thing. When you are issued a warrant in court, that's called, remember we talked about the stock power form. A stock warrant is an agreement between two parties that gives one party the right to buy the other party's stock at a set price or a specific period of time. 7 years, such and such fine. So you're telling them they're supposed to work this off for you. The government's supposed to work this off for you, but they switch roles. You become the trustee, they become the beneficiary, and they get the proceeds. So what I'm showing you is how you become the beneficiary and get the proceeds. You have no rights until you bring them up.
You put them back in their place.
Yes, exactly. I hope this is making sense for everybody that's in the class right now. Let me know that it's making sense.
100%.
Fernando says it's making sense. Tanya says teach.
That's why United States have the most people in jail in the world.
We'll be back after a quick break.
In a world where borders can limit opportunities, one book dares to challenge the norm and empower foreign nationals like never before. Introducing Can't Touch This: Diplomatic Immunity as a Foreign National by best-selling author Don Kilam. Did you know there is a difference being a citizen and national? This is for foreign nationals seeking to expand their horizons. Do you dream of obtaining a diplomatic passport and the freedom it brings? Don Kilam reveals the secrets to unlocking diplomatic immunity and creating your own nation. Discover why you are already a foreign national, learn the steps to obtain a diplomatic passport, and explore how you can be recognized by numerous nations on your diplomatic journey. Most never knew they could have diplomatic immunity as a foreign national. This book is a game changer for anyone seeking freedom and recognition on the international stage. Get your copy of Can't Touch This today and embark on a journey towards diplomatic immunity and creating your own nation. Order your copy now and unlock the power of diplomatic immunity as a foreign national. Can't Touch This: Diplomatic Immunity as a Foreign National by Don Kilam. Available now at leading bookstores and online. Get your copy today.
We got some fire emojis. We got Strack the L. Walker got some fire emojis. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Just trying to make sure that the congregation's following along. Yeah. Now let's get back to this letter of rogatory because I'm gonna break it down for you. I'm trying to break it down in simplest terms for everybody because this shit it works if you work it. So the notes are then pulled together and become securities, which may be labeled, later be pulled, and so does bonds. These bonds are liens against you. So it's a liens against the business, but when you say you understand your charge, you become the surety. I'm using key words, so I just want to make sure you understand what surety means. So if you're making car payments, you pledge your car to become surety for that payment. So if you miss a payment, they take your car. All right. So the same difference. The birth certificate is the car title for your body. And since you have got a birth certificate, you pledged your body as surety for the United States debt, the United States public debt. Sureties are promised by one party to take responsibility for another party's debts if the borrower defaults. So you, as a United States citizen, because Americans are fine. America was built upon not paying taxes. Let's make America great again. Americans don't pay taxes. U.S. citizens do, okay? And when you become a U.S. citizen with this birth certificate, the Social Security number, you have pledged your body for the United States national debt. Your mother's labor, which is you. I'm just trying to pull it up so you can see. It's at 36.6 trillion right now as of July 18, 2025. And the Social Security number, Social Security trust, not your number. I'm trying to find it for you. The Social Security Trust Fund owns the United States national debt. It's all coming from the Social Security Trust Fund.
People think it's China.
Yeah, people think it's China. Let me find it though. Yes, they do. People do think it's China.
Well,
And who owns the U.S. national debt? That's who it goes. That's how you do it.
China owns part of it, though.
Yeah, they do. They do. China doesn't own part of it. But the Social Security Trust Fund owns a significant portion of the U.S. national debt. And we can look at what it owes the public sector of the economy. The public sector of the economy was created for this alone. Debt held by the public. So it's at 36 trillion now. This right here is when it's at 31 trillion. 24 trillion of it is debt held by the public. And they're creating these bonds and securities. The Social Security Trust Fund. This breaks it down right here. The U.S. Treasury securities holders by the type. The public holds over 27.9 trillion in national debt as of August 2024. That's the Social Security Trust. So, and these are how it's being created. You're creating debt and receiving credits and funding, and it's supposed to be for you, we the people. The United States Attorney's Office has put a code number, a North American Identification Security Classification number. This NAICS number enables the United States Attorney's Office to trade globally all these securities. So all U.S. federal courts are registered with the Department of Defense, where they are registered with the Contractors Central Registration under the Department of Defense with another division called Defense Logistics Information Service, which issues you a cage code indicating the commercial government entity. And I can't stress this enough. This is all being done as your name as a business, as if you're putting this in because you signed these documents and said you understood the charge. This is what the charge entails. The United States Attorney's Office and the courts have a DUNS number, Duns and Bradstreet. And they also have something called a UEI number, Unique Entity Identification Number. Now, everything filed in court is securitized without the knowledge or consent of we the people or all the parties involved. All criminal cases not heard in the Article 3 court, District Court of the United States, are actually civil. However, the courts commit fraud by labeling these cases criminal, even for minimal infractions like a parking ticket. All cases pleaded out or resulting in guilty convictions label civil defendants through unlawful conversion as felons when they are not. This is a fraud upon the public and upon the alleged defendants in error and we the people. The bank account is at the Federal Reserve Bank of New York in New York City. Depository agreement is signed by the clerk of the court. Every clerk of the the clerk of the courts are indeed accountants and CPAs, certified public attorneys. All securities are then deposited with the DTC in New York, Depository Trust Company. That's why I was showing you. As we see on those GSA bonds, I had put the DTC address. An escrow agent acts as a go-between for the clerk's office in the Federal Reserve Bank in New York. The securities are listed through the 7th Circuit, Chicago, Illinois, before being sent to the DTCC, Depository Trust a clearing company. This is where the securities clear. The clearinghouse that lists the securities for trading. All the lawyers involved act as private debt collectors according to the FDCPA Title 15, 1692. The Bar Association exempts them from needing registration. However, they operate through something called call warrants, put and call, which are akin to puts or calls. Margin calls convert a case similar to a writ of execution, using the case number to buy equity securities. And this is all trading. You're trading with the enemy. Everything is business. Your name is a business, period.
Huge business.
A call warrant is a financial instrument that gives the holder the right to buy the underlying stock shares at a specific price or before a specific date. Call warrants are often included in a new equity or debt offering from a company. So I need y'all to understand, anytime you see the word warrant, they're offering stock in their company, which is this is the United States Corporation. That makes sense?
Wow.
You're buying, they're inviting you to a meeting to buy stock within their company. You sign everything, plea means to beg. We already know what bargain means. So when you get a plea bargain, they're telling you they're giving you a deal on some bonds and stocks within the government. That's what's going on when you understand the true definition of the language. Everything filed in court is securitized and turned into negotiable instruments, which are further transformed into security. These items are sold as commercial items, referred to as distressed debts through the Unifund. The items are pulled into what is called a hedge fund, from which they are sold globally. Anytime risk management is involved, it pertains to the securities. This involves an underwriting company. When hedge funds enter the global market, they go through Lure Herms, a bondholder and underwriting subdivision of Alliance SE, located in Munich, Germany. PIMCO bonds. So after 9 months, all paper is converted to security status, even with your notes that you're getting. Let me just show you guys everything: your car notes, your house, mortgage-backed securities. This is what's going on. A lot of people don't understand that their notes get securitized. When you keep making something called a car note, that's going to get securitized. They're going to say that note was abandoned. They have special security on that. And there's something called an SPV. They turn your name into a special purpose vehicle. I'll go over that shortly too. So auto loans. Car financing is another large category of asset-backed securities. The cash flows of an auto loan include monthly interest payments. So you're making a monthly interest payment, you're making a principal payment, and prepayments. Even though you don't know. Though the last is rare for an auto loan, asset-backed security is much lower than a home equity loan asset-backed security. This is another amortizing loan. Credit cards, same way. Student loans. It's double entry bookkeeping. Now, with the special purpose vehicle, since all these companies are under bankruptcy, they're operating under bankruptcy. That's the name of the game, contract law. There is no money. They always get you to promise to pay, and when the trust gets funded, they turn a promissory note into the Social Security trust. And that's how they're able to access those funds. I'm not going to get too deep, though. So the parent company is going to be whatever company you're getting credit with or the United States government. That's your parent company. A special vehicle purpose vehicle is a subsidiary created by a parent company to isolate financial risk. It's also called a special purpose entity. Its legal status as a separate company makes its obligations secure even if the parent company goes bankrupt. So that's why they use it. A special purpose vehicle is sometimes referred to as a bankruptcy remote entity for this reason. So they turn your name into, there's a few different ways that they do it. An unincorporated association, so they're not under any codes and statutes, and then a sole proprietorship. A sole proprietorship, also known as a sole tradeship, individual entrepreneurship or proprietorship, is a type of enterprise owned and run by only one person in which there is no legal distinction between the owner and the business entity. That means sole proprietors are always liable. Uh,
Full liability.
so sole proprietors have unlimited liability because the business is not considered a separate entity, so they are personally responsible for the business debts and financial obligations. All business profits go directly to the sole proprietor. So with that being stated, this is why you're surety for anything you're doing with the government, and they charge you since there's no money. You have to. It's debtor's prison.
Wow.
All right. The courts after 9 months, the paper is converted to security status. As with anything, the paper is considered endorsed to convert to a security, and the trust has then collapsed. The courts have an account with the International Monetary Fund under Interpol. The judges and U.S. attorneys involved lack accessible oaths of office. So the judges and U.S. attorneys involved lack accessible oaths of office. They cover the fact that the oath is between them and the International Monetary Fund. That's where the judges and attorneys' true oath is. So we demand the oath of office. I have also seen oaths of office with the surrogate's office, and that's with trust and wills. U.S. judges and U.S. attorneys are in fact employees of the IMF and have expatriated out of the United States. They are now unregistered foreign agents under Title 22, which mandates registration for all foreign agents. The court judgments are deposited with the IMF. Since this case, it says refer to UCC 3-305 and 3-306. The court judgments are monopolized per Title 16, which violates antitrust laws and constitutes unfair trade practice. Indictments are true bills signifying that they are negotiable instruments. The district attorney failed to provide me with a 1099 OID indicating me as the recipient of the funds, which is fraud upon me in my case. I have not been indicted, but still request a 1099 OID unless the court wishes to close this account. The unlawful funds resulted from fraud and deception or deposited to the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, and no tax has been paid on this income according to the IRC. This is a violation of 7201 of Title 26, willful failure to file with the intent to evade taxes. A copy of the depository resolution agreement was not provided to me by the clerk of courts. The clerk of courts makes deposits to the Federal Reserve Bank of New York via electronic fund transfers, EFTs. The clerk has a private money investment account. Every clerk of the court has a private money investment account, which also has a government code. According to clerk's praxis, the clerk of the U.S. District Court serves as a registrar in admiralty. It's contract law. Per the IRS 6209 decoding manual and the ADP automated data processing manual, all 1099s are deemed class 5 gift and estate taxes. I'm requesting 1099 OID in this case as I do not wish to gift you the proceeds. I'm formally asking for the complete proceeds, including interest. So that's why I said they turn your name into an unincorporated association, and they deem this as a gift to the government when they become the beneficiary. It is presumed that by creating the birth certificate, my body, the labor derived from it, is pledged to the state. That's what makes you surety. This is patently absurd, and this quasi-contract lacks full disclosure to the parents and infants still in the cribs. I've never pledged my rights, my body, any labor thereof, nor any creation derived from it, or to any gifting program, including any court process. I am not a charitable organization. I demand all funds from the cases, current and past cases, be sent to me within 30 days, or I will file complaints to the IRS and SEC regarding this fraud and theft committed against me and issue a 1099 OID. I demand that my name and my Sister K Trust name, your name here, be removed from any and all government databases indicating bad credit, commercial liens, or any titles of criminality, felony, or debtor status be removed immediately and permanently. I hereby request a copy of the depository resolution agreement from the clerk of courts. That's facts because they're a bank. Every court is a bank.
Wow.
Bank, the seat on which the judge sits on in court. Real definition. You're the executor of Sesame Trust. These companies, corporations, associations, trusts, all considered descendants. This means that the all capitalized name represents the legal estate. We demand that the case be closed and no further action be taken to securitize it. This is the WABEN. This makes you foreign. This is the main thing right here. 8 USC 1408. Nationals but not citizens of the United States. So just being born. So you can be a national but not a citizen of the United States. Other people use 1401, I believe. You can use this one as well. So there is a difference. I'm gonna show you the definition. So y'all don't think I'm just playing games with y'all. Let me find the word national up in here. I might go back to the other definition. I want you to see the definition of national so you understand it. You don't think I'm just making some bullshit up. This is what I use though, right here. This is the code I use. The term national means a person owing permanent allegiance to a state. Your state is your country. I hope that clicks for everybody. So when you say you're an American national, a New Yorker, he's a national. So
What is permanent allegiance? What does it mean? Do you live there or you born there? Or you have family there? What does it
wherever
mean?
you're, what was that?
So when they said permanent allegiance to the state,
A permanent allegiance. So
is
you know if you're is wherever you're claiming.
mhm,
So people from Hawaii, they say they're Hawaiian, no matter where they go, right?
right, but it has nothing to do where they're born, right?
Wherever you're saying your allegiance resides.
Okay, I got you.
This is 8 USC 1101 821.
So we're Floridian.
Floridian works. So that's what I utilize, okay? And that's what will make you foreign to the United States corporation. Now you're part of the republic.
Back to the de jure.
Right. States are defined by sovereignty over territory in a group of people. They are what we commonly call countries. That's where I'm at with it.
That's fire.
Oh,
You,
that's
you
where I'm
said
at
one
with it.
time that they have like also like sort of a like ID or something for nationality. Like
What was that?
if you want to fly like private jet out of the country, does they have as a nationality ID you use? Is there anything that
That's up to you and your pilot.
no, but any identification for nationality?
Yeah. Your pilot, he if you know your pilot, like I've been on private jets where they know me as Don Kalam. I ain't even show no ID.
Hmm.
So this was another bid bond. And you see right here, you could use your address instead of DTCC, however you want to do it. The judge on the case is supposed to be the fiduciary, so they have to send them to the right people regardless. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't give this to the prosecutor, only the judge. And I do also send this to the GSA in DC, and there's usually local GSAs. But you see right here, date the bond executed. You can put your birthday. Make sure you're making this name an LLC. As you see right here, your name here, LLC, or a business. Just make sure it's a business. That limits your liability.
A Form 56 too?
What was that? You can do a Form 56. This is the performance bond. So this is considered your appearance bond. This is 25, I believe, or 25A. Yeah, 25. So this is what when you have to appear in court, this is what's being filed. For an appearance bond. This is considered a performance bond. And case number right here is your contract number. Contract date, the arrest date. And right here, individual surety and corporate sureties is the only things you have to fill out. I don't sign anything though. There's nothing to sign. 25A is the payment bond. I'm telling you, this stuff is really not even hard. The principal is always going to be the individual though. And then surety will be the corporation. We already went over that earlier, the standard form 28. This is amendment. I learned all this from Patrick Devine right here. This is standard form 30, amendment of solicitation and modification of the contract. And this would be for the warrant. You're the bounty hunter.
Wow.
You put in this claim per 15 U.S.C. 1 and cancellation authorized per UCC section 2A 205. That's all. That's all the bounty hunter does. That's all the bondsman does. They fill out some bonds for you. This is what they do.
Wow.
Cancellation, termination, effective termination, rescission, or fraud on rights and remedies. UCC 2A-505. Let's thought I'd show you guys that. Per the Constitution, Article 4, Section 1, and HR 192. I was the initial Republic grantor bailiff of the surety credits placed into the above addressed UCC contract trust of performance and payment bail paper monument bonds as a paper monetary surety fugitive from the constitutional republic just exchangement system. All the bail monument sureties just credits are to be restored to the fugitive's lawful owner. I present the surrendered paper fugitive monument in order to cancel this contract trust for the 100,000 bounty reward in full justice liquidation based upon Article 4, Section 2 and the contract's insurrections in violation of the validated 14th Amendment.
Wow.
This is the reassurance agreement, standard form 273. Reassurance agreement for bond statute performance bond. Let me find some stuff before I keep. I want to throw some more facts out there. So this stuff can sink into your membrane later when you go to sleep. I learned how to. So this what I'm showing you is how to go after your bonds in a court case, okay? But I learned this from going after their bonds. Every official has a bond. You're going in court, they're creating bonds for you as the public trustee. So all corporate government is based upon commercial affidavits, commercial contracts, commercial liens, and commercial distresses. Hence, government cannot exercise the power to expunge commercial processes. The legitimate political power of a corporate entity is absolute dependent upon its possession of commercial bonds against public hazard. Because no bond means no responsibility, means no power of official signature, means no real corporate political power, means no privilege to operate statutes as the corporate vehicle. So the corporate legal power is secondary to commercial guarantors. Case law is not a responsible substitute for a bond. Like we started off in the class about this right here, about munis, municipal bonds. Municipal corporations, which include cities, counties, states, and national governments, have no commercial reality without bonding of the entity. That's its vehicle, its statutes, and its effects, the execution of its rulings. So in commerce, it's a felony for the officer of political public office to receive and report a claim to his bonding company, and it's a felony for the agent of a bonding company to not pay the claim. All right. Except for a jury, it's also a federal offense for any person, even a judge, to impair to expunge without a counter affidavit any affidavit commercial process based upon an affidavit. So governments cannot make unbonded rulings or statutes which control commerce, free enterprise citizens, or sole proprietorships without suspending commerce by general declaration of martial law. So public hazard bonds of corporate agents. All officials are required by federal, state, and municipal law to provide the name, address, and telephone number of the public hazard bonds. I'm just going to show that this is how I learned that the city, the state, the government, everything is bonded. They can't move forward without these bonds. This is what funds your economy that you live in. And this is behind the scenes of how you're actually funding it when you go to a court case. This is what's being filled out. So you got 273, and right here it's the same thing. It's signed the same way. Then we got Form 274 right here, Standard Form 274. This is the reassurance agreement for bond statute payment bonds. And you see how it's filled out. It's all there in the templates for you if you're going to do it. All right. It's right there. Lowercase name, uppercase name, arrest date, your state that it was incorporated in, the state of incorporation, arrest date, social security number or case number, description of the contracts, the case number. So right here where it says bond number, you can put the CUSIP number right here that he was talking about, if you have it.
Yeah.
I usually do. Let me pull up a court case. Let me pause this. I do have bonds that I used for a court case.
Is that ethical to do to other people that you want to help that in jail, that danger?
What was that?
Let's say you have a friend and he's in jail and you want to help him. You can do it for him?
Yeah, make his name a business.
Uh-huh.
So right here, this is how I was able to grab the CUSIP numbers. I went through the people that I give you and I got the whole CUSIP number for the court case on the case. And these are the bonds that was attached to the court case. I had two different cases. It was the same bonds. I want you to see that it also comes with a they fill out an he breaks down the whole what goes down and everything.
Wow.
And boom. It comes with a affidavit. Let me see. He signs an affidavit for sure. I don't know if this is it. Because they'll show up in court to explain it for you. Let me pause it.
Some of them might have millions there.
Oh, here it is. Yeah, hell yeah. So here was
They cover the securities also.
this is an active case, so I don't want to get deep in it. But I just want you to know, like they'll show up to court for you. And there's the information. You see his information. But this ain't my guy. This ain't the guy who does it. It's somebody else. It's his friend, and I can get you a deal. You know, my guy Sean. You know, so hold on, y'all can't even see my screen. This is the affidavit right here, and they show up the court for you and everything.
Boo. Wow.
So I just want y'all to know this is real. Like there's lots of money involved with this.
That's
Lots
their
of money
business.
involved.
Wow.
So that's what we do. I, you know, he charges anywhere between $3,000 to $5,000 to go after and get the bonds or whatever. If you know how to do it somewhere different, cheaper, let me know. That's my guy Sean. Reach out to me. Book a consult. I'll make sure you get the information.
I spoke with him. Great guy.
You talk to him, you like him?
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah, he did all that for me. He does my mortgages too.
He's
Standard
very
Form 275, reinsurance agreement in favor of the United States. I seen him help somebody get back damn near $1 million. The court case that I'm working on now is worth damn near 300,000, the one you just seen. And we're damn near finished with that case. Reinsurance agreement in favor of the United States. Standard Form 275. This must be filed. And then we got a few more forms. Standard Form 1414, consent to surety. All this stuff is simple. You see it. This is the only thing you got to fill out. You see it.
simple when you know it.
It's simple. Standard Form 1416. Then Standard Form 1418. Payment bond for other than constructive contracts. And then performance bonds for other than construction contracts. That's it. That's what they're filing on you. 1418. That's what they're filing on you. I'm gonna go to the book. When you go to the end of the book, it tells you everything that you need. Everything I just went over.
That's so powerful.
This. Oh, I gotta find the book. I gotta find the book first. There. Here we go. Let's grab the one I gave y'all. Forms needed to file against the bonds. List of documents needed for the case. A letter to the attorney of record. You will be making me holder in due course of this. You appoint them as co-counsel. Clerk to file all the documents. That's right there. File all your documents. The letter of rogatory, we went over that. Notice a mistake. That's a fee schedule too, included with that clerk. Ecclesiastical depot, for sure. That's putting you in the ecclesiastical, it's putting you in a spiritual position. Affidavit of foreign admiralty status, you're back. This is putting you under, the baptismal, so to speak, and making you foreign. You're under the church, you're foreign. Foreign status again, affidavit of foreign status. I just want you to see this is all included in those templates. And these are like a demand for the bonds. And in the matter of surety, this is the mistake. I believe there's a mistake. This doesn't notice a mistake. It's not you. You're saying I apologize that I led the court to believe that I was surety. It's that simple. The fee schedule, the letter of rogatory for relief, we went through that completely. And everybody needs to know that. I like that to be my cover letter. Always demand to dismiss. Demand is an assertion of a legal right. That's what people don't know. Demand. We don't file motions, we file demands. We reserve all our rights when you understand it's surety, it's business. Boom, there we go. Redemption of the bonds. So there is cover letters on how to redeem these bonds, the GSA bonds. All right, and then a demand for a delegation order and a proof of a license to practice law. Prove that you're a lawful judge. Where's your oath of office? Prove that you have a license to practice law. We're after the court bond some more. Everything that we went over. GSA forms 90, release a lien on real property. 91, release of personal property. Standard form 28, affidavit of individual surety. 24, bid bond. 25, performance bond. 25A, payment bond. Those are the main bonds. I threw extras in there though that I actually use. I just want you to see they are in the templates. You can stockpile form. So notice a mistake: affidavit of foreign status, affidavit of foreign admiralty status, and exempt tax form. The form WABEN to make you private. Demand for oath of offices and license to practice law. The bond letters. We actually do bond the case. There is a bond in here. A legal demand for full accounting and financial disclosure. You have the right to see everything, especially under generally accepted accounting principles, GAAP, especially because they're operating in the public and you're not. When you're private and they're operating in the public, they're bringing you to the public. We do demand for the bonds. And there's all the GSA forms again that's needed for the case. Right there. And what this book breaks down is everything that you need to know that goes along with it.
The Book of Freedom.
The Book of Freedom. And we're always going to file sui juris. Don't worry about any attorney. Go after, make them prove that they have a license to practice law.
Mm.
The courts operate under statutes, codes, and statutes. When you're under a private trust, you don't fall under that. Put it like that. Let me know if y'all have any questions, man. That's why I'm at with it today.
Wow, that was amazing.
This book is on Amazon.
Wow. Thank you.
Mate 5 says, this is the best information I've ever seen.
Absolutely. Even if you have one man, to get out of jail, it is such a bless.
So the book, when you look in the book, it breaks down from the beginning, the Sister of I trust. I need everybody to understand, and then the first trust of the world under Roman law, according to them. And everything was ecclesiastical, which means of the church. And we're still kind of under the Catholic, we're under Roman Catholic. You got to understand, Romans are Catholics, Roman Catholic law. So the Pope still calls the shots to this day. Our birth certificate is pledged to the Pope. Everything that you own when you're under the Social Security Trust, that's how it's pledged. There's three forms of court. You have UCC, equity, and commerce. This focuses on property rights and financial transactions. Then you got maritime and canon law. This is where the judge can enforce contempt, impose fines, and criminalize your behavior. Then there's Talmudic law. Here, the judge embodies the role of a priest. They often skip this step though. If he's aware that we understand this underlying mechanics of the system, and they go in and out when they recess for court, and we're going to recess, or they change a different venue or a different judge. You're going to different courts. You're going to be in commerce, equity, or UCC, maritime or canon law, and then Talmudic law. But that's why we use the ecclesiastical depot. All matters come down to property and trust. The ecclesiastical depot empowers us to assert our status as property holders, enabling us to claim what is rightfully ours, whether it pertains to friends in jail or our homes. Those enforcing the system often resort to force, fear, threats, and intimidation. Ultimately, they operate as criminals, pirates, and parasites. For any legal documents we receive, we should consider sending an ecclesiastical depot to clarify our position. Let me know if y'all have any questions.
Wow.
I did a whole nother video too, about this.
Now they have something new. They're active like a gangster. They're kidnapping people. You saw this ICE agent? Crazy.
But it's like ignorance of the law is no excuse, right? I mean, have y'all heard that?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you have to understand that there's alternatives to they believe that the birth certificate is theirs, all right? So if you have to figure out how to identify in commerce under different forms, because it's forms versus substance. Because we just go in there saying we're sovereign, we're private, da 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 da. Where's the forms to prove this substance that you speak of?
Yeah.
So that's why we put on the record, we update our status. We use baby land deeds. We use patents of nativity. I'm gonna bring these up so y'all can see them. Affidavits of live birth, our own affidavits. And then family Bible records. I'm not answering that, Tanya. She said, can I use this for federal probation? I'm not answering that question. You sound retarded. Go get you an attorney. Book a consultation. Did I just not show y'all this can be used for court cases?
Yeah.
Did not everybody get that?
Yeah.
So either she is working for the feds or she's just plain retarded. And don't have me answer no stupid ass
Don't
person.
answer. Just don't answer.
The fuck you trying to get me caught up, bitch?
Come on, man. Stay calm.
Hey, no, that's how I'm talking. Y'all gonna come in here and ask me questions. That's how I'm talking. And are you federal probation? Can you? Can you? Who's stopping you? Shit. You sound retarded. Then I just tell everybody this is used for court cases. I said court cases. I ain't say nothing about federal probation. When you understand what the fuck you're under, anyways, what is probate? You talking about you on probation. What does probate mean? Break it down. The official proving of a will. Ation means action.
No trust.
So you just brought action to the will. You're on federal probation because you signed up for that shit. So that's how I know you're retarded. And that's how I'm talking to you. Because you obviously the nice shit don't work. You don't remember the nice shit. Everybody don't remember nothing. When I do something nice with people, they don't never remember that. But when I talk shit to them, that's what they want to talk about. Correct?
Correct.
Everybody dwells on the sad shit. That's why I talk to you the way I talk. Make sure y'all remember it. Plant that seed in your motherfucking head and remember. I hope you felt some type of way. Why would you ask another man, will this help with federal probation? Don't ever ask nobody no stupid shit. Who you trying to incriminate? Oh, Don Colum told me I ain't tell you shit. I ain't tell you shit. This is for educational, informational purposes only to better inform you slow motherfuckers on how to operate. Is Amish people on federal probation? Yes or no? Have you ever seen an Amish motherfucker on federal
Of course not.
Never.
Of course not.
Because they not using a birth certificate. So can somebody tell me what probation means? The real word of probation? You're You're officially proving your will. That means you're a dead motherfucker walking. You are state property. Then we just talk about nationals versus United States citizens. If you're on federal probation, that means you're a United States citizen.
Yeah. You don't have a trust.
You are United States business. You are a state trustee now. You work for the government. You are a federal employee. Federal probation officially proves your incompetence.
Totally.
So that's how I'm going to talk to you. You can't tell me I don't talk to the public. You talking about you on federal probation? You're a public peasant then. Get out my face, bitch. Quit asking me stupid ass questions because that's not how a private trustee is going to talk to me. That's not how an Amish motherfucker would never ask that question. Don or any Jebediah, help me get off federal probation. Like, what the fuck was you contracting with the feds for? The fuck was you talking to the feds for? Forms versus substance. A baby land deed. Let's look it up. They're going to talk to you even worse. You can't even get in the rooms. A private family wouldn't even talk to a motherfucker like that. They might have your ass off for saying some bullshit around them like that. Like, is you wearing a wire, bitch? That's how they going to talk to you. A deed of land recording. This is why I can't be on probation. Because they can't administer my will. I'm not under the public trust. Americans can't be charged under codes and statutes. Americans are under common law. Private families operate under private law. So instead of a birth certificate, this is a form right here that you can use. I get it for y'all right now. Since for y'all that need it, I'm gonna give it to y'all. You hear me? Ain't no excuse. Go chat GPT some shit. You understand? Boom, baby Landy. Patents of nativity. I'm gonna get it for y'all. Here y'all go. Here y'all go. I'm gonna put it in the school too. Put it in the school. I'm gonna put it in the classroom and the regular chat. Patents of nativity. Can you see this? Can you see why this works as identity in commerce?
Wow.
This keeps you private. You can only control what you create.
That's a must.
I'm gonna tell you, listen, because y'all think I'm mean or something, right?
No.
Nice means foolish, by the way. I'm gonna tell you something. Tanya's on federal probation. That means she begged for a bargain. If I say please, don't that mean to beg? Can I get a cosign right now, class? If she made a plea bargain, plea means to beg, right?
Definitely.
So she signed up for that shit. She begged the feds for a fucking deal. She says she went to trial.
Yeah.
Well, you still signed up. I don't even play that game with them. Your rights were taken. You went in that motherfucker. You got booked in. They got your name. Nigga, they can't use nothing of mine. Name nothing. Who the fuck you think this is? Who's your peers? So you had a jury with your peers of U.S. citizens. If I'm tribal, I have a right to be seen by my tribe. if I'm under, if I'm Muslim, if I'm Jewish, I have a right to be seen by my people. You understand? And I can prove who my people is through my genealogy. And I'm gonna back up these claims right motherfucking now. I'm gonna back these claims up. Sharia law, Sharia councils, Islamic canonical law, real counsel. This is real. With the higher courts of justice, which is in England. When you're operating under a birth certificate, ID, Social Security card, you're not royalty no more. You gave up your birthrights. You have a right to be seen by your peers. Look, check this out. Do I have a right to a tribal court? Tribal courts. The right to counsel. Tribal courts do not have jurisdiction over non-Americans who commit crimes within the tribal territories. Who are you part of? Who are you? What the definition of a nationality mean? Who do you have permanent allegiance to? We know by your contracts. God, it's in the Ten Commandments. Don't make a covenant outside your God. I know you made a covenant with the feds because you're in their jurisdiction. I don't give a fuck if you're using a zip code. You understand? That's their shit. You just had a contract with the government. Let me find the Ten Commandments. Hold on. Because the Ten Commandments clearly say, do not make a covenant. You should not have no other gods before me.
Of course.
You're giving up the God as soon as you sign the birth certificate. You just gave up your heritage. You just gave up your belief system. Shit. You just gave up your soul.
Wow.
I need everybody to understand this. You're under, listen, just saying that it's Monday. I know what God you serve. Monday means moon day. You understand? Which is Latin, which is Roman law. The months that you use, because God only made 7 days. God only made it 7 days now. He made 6 and rested on the 7th. Roman calendar. Look up the Roman calendar. This is how we know what God you serve, man.
Pagan calendar.
In the private, you create your own system. That's why Ethiopians got their own calendar. That's why Choctaws have their own language.
The Jewish have their own calendars, you know.
Everybody do. When you're in the private, you're not following under what they got going on. Affidavit of birth. There goes one right there. So you don't have to use theirs. This is what you give to the passport office. Boom, there's one. That's still their forms, but you can create your own affidavit of birth or a birth affidavit. Oh, that's not what I want to use. But look, there you go. All this stuff is a simple Google search. But who are you hanging around? Who are you building with? Who are you talking to? Get away from slaves. Get around motherfucking movers and shakers. Real shit. People that are actually living this life. Now, go study the Amish, though. The Amish is, listen, they trade with us. You can go talk to them. They might not answer you with words, but they'll shake their head yes or no, I promise you. Affidavit for a birth certificate. Affidavit, there's sample affidavits of birth. Simple as that. Family Bible records. Look, a family Bible record affidavit to be used for identification. You want to be foreign to their system. That's how you stay out of it.
Completely.
If you're using their forms, or documents, you have to resend all that shit. If y'all know my story, I was in the feds and got out. I was in federal custody and got out using this information. That's why I don't answer stupid questions like that. Like, I'm not answering that shit. Learn what the fuck's going on. When you go to the court system, when you learn the definitions, let's look up the definitions. First, I like to start with Article 3, to be honest with you. But we're going to start with the federal codes and statutes because that's what she's under, federal codes and statutes. Court means any court created by Congress, excluding the United States tax court. So if this court didn't have permission from Congress or the Supreme Court, then it's a tax issue. There's something wrong with the taxes. The taxes are all balanced, and that's why you're in jail. Debt means an amount owed to the United States. So anytime you're in debt, they say there's a debt or you're paying debt to society, that means you're part of the federal corporation. You're a United States business. When you're a United States business, that means you belong as surety to the federal corporation. When you're considered a person and not part of the people, person means a corporation. So you got to learn how to make this tax right. You got to learn how to balance these books. Make your name a business. That's where you start. Operate from the family trust. And then you file these bonds. Simple as that. That makes sense for everybody?
Yes, sir.
I'm tracking.
100%.
But no, I just want y'all to know, man, I never answer no motherfucking question like that because if something goes wrong and you don't do it right, and you say, Don Kilam, you didn't book no consultation with me, motherfucker. Hey, every situation is different. I'm not a licensed attorney, tax expert, this for education and information purpose only, but I got my ass up out the feds, counterfeit money with this shit. I mean, I learned all this information in the federal government. I didn't even know my camera went on. My bad, y'all. My bad. I thought the camera was on the whole side. Y'all can see me now?
Hell yeah.
Hey, my bad, y'all. But y'all got the sauce though.
It's unbelievable. I mean, it was so blessed to know it. Can you imagine anyone from the public going to learn something like that? They have no
This
chance.
ain't for the public.
I know.
This most definitely ain't for the public. Like, you literally have to understand what's going on with this. Like, you're gonna have to do your own research and study. It's firsthand knowledge and beliefs, anyways, that's gonna get you the farthest in anything. Like, you gotta
have to understand it's a different domain completely.
Yeah, eat, sleep, and shit it. But like when it comes to this, just so this book is available, the audio. Play it while you sleep. I learned this shit while I sleep. You ain't got time for this in the daytime. We got a whole life to live. You know what I mean? Learn this stuff while you sleep. No, I don't mean no offense though, but I just want y'all to know we remember negatives before we remember the good shit. That's just how y'all program.
Exactly.
So that's why I move the way I move. Well, I'm out, y'all, man. Much peace and love. This will be ready in the replay shortly. Yes, let me show y'all. The book is available on Amazon. I appreciate y'all.
Hey, look.
Yup, I got my copy right now.
Masters
As
and
soon as you dropped this thing, I was on it. Had the audiobook playing.
I'm gonna be in New York too. August 8th. There it is though. I love this book. This is a great ass book. It was doing numbers too. I appreciate that. And now I got the new book coming out too. With this book out, Guardianship is breaking down the non-grantor, irrevocable, complex, discretionary spendthrift trust. I only got like 5 more trusts to do, and then I'm caught up with that. And this was trending too. This was number 2, number 1 new release, number 2 new release. So I appreciate that. If you're gonna be in New York, Meet me in New York. You're gonna get this book free. I'm gonna have a copy of it for y'all.
When you gonna be in New York?
August 8th.
Okay,
You can sign up in the classroom
I will.
or text NYC to 702-200-49.
I gotta see you. I'm gonna give you a big hug.
Yeah, no cap. You said something recently where you were in one of your replays in the public. You was like, this shit didn't start making sense until you started looking at real estate companies and 1099s.
Oh, yeah. What, you in the real estate?
Nah, I'm not. Once you hear my testimony, bro, I give kudos to you, and it's ironic you were playing on your story, your interview with Eternal Zion. I did my filing with her, and in her webinar for Discharging Debt, one of her first statements was the source of this knowledge is Don Kilam.
Oh, that's what's up.
He be giving flowers, so that's how I got turned on to you.
Oh, yeah. She gave me a lot of flowers, man. Shout to Zion, because
For real.
she's a hard ass worker.
For
She
real.
works harder than me. I'm just gonna put that out there, y'all. I'm not. Yeah.
Hey, look, y'all, I give flowers to all y'all, bro. Y'all come in the public just
Yeah, because she living a life, man. It's just like me and her kicked it. We kicked it. I kicked it with her and a little wifey, man.
yeah, no, she cool too.
Yeah, that shit was hard. But when it comes to real estate, this is what I need y'all to understand. Since he brought it up, so I gotta speak it. So just think about it. Everybody understands what a mortgage is, right? Y'all get a property description when you get a mortgage. Before you sign up with a mortgage, it's all in the paperwork, a property description, right? But what happened to the land? First it was land. Now it's just a property description. Because if you own the land, you can't even foreclose on the property. So that's what happens with you. You come from the land, and then they convert you to property.
That's real.
When you get a birth certificate, now you're a description. Only property can be described. You understand? In this system.
What a Babylon system.
I hope that made sense. And that makes sense for everybody.
No,
hell yeah.
It made perfect sense.
You come into this world, you was just fine. And then you got defined, and now you're like Tanya on motherfucking probation. Because you made a covenant with motherfucking birth certificate. So she's on probation because of the birth certificate. The Social Security card. That motherfucking ID. These are contracts with the government. The Amish told y'all. I'm telling y'all, man, y'all better go talk to Jebediah now. Hope Jebediah don't get mad for me saying that. I really got a student named Jebediah. But look, shout out to Jebediah, man.
Jebediah.
Shout out to Jebediah, because he dropped that bag on me. But look, Jebediah not going to the feds. Listen, I'm not trying to get too deep. All right? Listen, so we know us of melanin. I'm going to use my brother Mike right here. Because he's melanated. And so he can give me a clearance on this because I'm light skinned, right? But everybody thinks that look like Mike Brown in the back. No. But look, everybody knows our people be high on the crime rate, right?
Allegedly.
It appears that way, right? But naturally, our common law, our natural mind knows that we're all sinners, correct?
Right.
So every ethnic group is committing crimes, correct?
Right.
So don't you agree that the Amish be fucking up too?
Of course.
So why are they not going to jail then? Jebediah got kids with his great niece, nigga. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck, shout out to Jebediah though.
Right.
But you know that's illegal in like 48 states, but not on Amish territory. You understand? That makes sense. And we can take it to, hey, look, allegedly, we're going to do it allegedly because allegedly our people have high crime rates, and allegedly the Catholic Church was raping motherfuckers. All right? Didn't nobody go to jail. Motherfuckers got paid out. You hear me? Look, how much was the Catholic? I don't even know which one to do.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. One of them's going to pop up in every city. You dig what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you, allegedly, because I know motherfuckers doing this. Look at all these kids. I know one motherfucker. They said only one kid got touched, but all these kids came forward. 150 of them once on a law in Chicago. They're trying to have me help. I'm like, nuh-uh. But they were like, they just jumped on the bandwagon because everybody else did it. They started sending everybody to that church.
Dang. That's crazy.
But not one motherfucker went to jail. I'm gonna show you.
Not if you P Daddy.
Look, they got their own jurisdictions, man. Y'all ain't never even heard of a canon law attorney, huh?
No?
You have the right to be seen by your peers. Look, what is Bet did? This is Hebrew law.
That's Jewish.
This is Jewish law. You have a right to be seen by your peers. That's common law. If one person don't even show up, say there's 10 people in this community, and only 9 show up, then he can't even have court until all 10 show up. This shit can last years.
Wow.
Jewish court. This is all legal, man. I just want y'all to see that. Is that making sense, everybody?
That's cool.
In the same way with they do got a form of law with the Amish.
Yeah, when we have problem, we go to the rabbi.
That's it. She said, I got my shit on the way. I'm getting off. Chill on me. I was fucking with you, Taya, man. But you better figure it out. Hey, quit. So look, when you come into the public, quit telling people you on federal papers and all that. They ain't none nobody's motherfucking business. Now, you don't know who the fuck's in this chat. I just want to throw that out there. A motherfucker might try to include an investigation, do anything on you. I just want you to know, I've been seen a lot of shit. I've been doing this for a long time. So, just be careful.
Right. That's why I ain't finished my statement.
Yeah,
we'll talk in. No, I mean,
don't mix public and private. Don't nobody need to know your motherfucking business.
No.
Now, when you get off the shit, you can be like, yeah, I was on this shit. You know what I mean? I ain't tell nobody nothing I was doing. But literally, I went on the run from the feds.
Mind your business.
Shit, I went on the run from the feds. And they would pull me over. I was using this shit, this little sovereign spills. I used to have sovereign spills. What to say? Like, what's your name? Like, my mom calls me son. My children call me father. You know? Where do you live? I live in a house. Where you from? I'm from Earth. You just gotta have your little spills, man. Then some people don't play that shit no more, man. They'll pull you out and crack the window, all types of shit. Have your paperwork on file. Gentlemen, give us notice.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
She said, Google her. But no, we good, man. I'm hopping up off here. I'll make this available. I'll let everybody know in the classroom when it's available in the classroom.
The info for August 8th. Is that in the school too?
Yeah, go to the classroom. It says New York. Let me show y'all. Yeah. So just go to the classroom. You see right here, August 8th. Just go in there. It's like $125. They'll give you the address and everything. And I'm gonna record. I'm gonna have a Zoom meeting on while I'm there, so people in the class can attend as well.
Don, I want to come see you. Is it okay now to go with this Israeli passport with no visa on without getting ICE pull you in the airport?
What?
So I have my Israeli passport, but no visa on it. So now I used to fly domestic, no problem. But now with this Trump crazy shit, you never know.
Oh no, boy! Oh no!
I'm gonna do private.
You better get you some credentials from the My Status Select or some with some Choctaw credentials or something, bro. Say you Native American.
I'll choose private.
Yeah, you better get you a different form of identity. But I don't know, man. I ain't know nothing about that.
Take the drive, man.
If I hop on that private flight, prefer that WABEN, boy, claim American.
It's time to fly. It's private.
So you're a Floridian. Half Floridian, half Choctaw.
The little Israel here.
Hey, you should be straight though. We got. Don't they protect y'all over here?
Well, what?
Don't they protect Israel over
They
here?
do, they do. But you know, these crazy days now, so you never know.
Hey, make America great again, man. AUSC 1408. You hear me? You better go on the Figueroa in LA and find you a wife.
Yeah.
You know what Figueroa is?
Well, no.
Some people call it the blade. You hear me? The hose straw.
Red light.
The red light district. Just Google LA Figueroa. Hold on. Let me show y'all. Go find you a wifey over there, man.
Let me see.
You pay them the right price, they're gonna marry you. Get you right. Look, Figueroa Street. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, I got you.
Go ahead and find you a wife. Hey, Tanya says she got you.
I had one for 5 years. I had two.
Oh.
Look, she said, "What's up, boo? Ooh, a new case, girl. Quit playing. You better get to know this nigga."
All right, I'm good.
I just fucking with y'all. Love y'all, man. Much peace.
Coming to see you.
Peace and prosperity.
Hey, she's in the school, so just link up. You hear me? Yeah.
Flavor Flav in the building. Yo, Don Kilam, keep doing your thing, G. Hey, yo, check 1, 2. This is Flavor Flav in the building. You know what I'm saying? Word up. Hey, yo, make sure y'all check out the song bars. You know what I'm saying? Word up by my man Don Kilam. You heard? A Fresco King. Yeah, boy. You know what time it is. Make sure y'all check out the bars by my boy. All right? Flavor Flav in the building. Yo, Don Kilam, keep doing your thing, G.